Congratulations, Lee.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, talk me through it.
Yeah, just went out boxed him comfortable. Tried opening up a few times, but he
Caught him with a nice lift.
Yeah.
Was it first or second round?
could be second, I'm not sure. But
Nice little,
yeah, tried opening up with a straight right, but just couldn't get it off. He kept ducking away, holding, dropping his head in. But not a bad performance. Nice win.
Yeah.
And done what I had to do.
Definitely on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a journeyman. I've seen him quite a few times.
Yeah.
He's not really stopped that much, is he?
No.
So he's quite durable.
Yeah,
which is what you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good learning fight, obviously. Took a lot away from our fight now. Go back to the gym and work on it, and better myself for the next one in box.
Yeah, so you're going to be out on the 1st of June.
Yeah.
As we were just talking.
Yeah.
So you're going to be boxing quite regularly.
Yeah.
Also, is that going to be what, your third?
No, that'll be my 6th fight since end of November. So quite active.
Yeah.
Pretty active, yeah.
Do you not feel like you need a break, or you at that stage
No,
you just want to kind of keep?
Yeah, just keep building my record up, keep improving, keep learning. I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. You got an opponent scheduled for June, or someone that you potentially?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Well, they picked the opponent. I'll just fight.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll be Cardiff as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So good home fight.
Yeah.
Plenty of people here watching that.
Yeah,
watching us all. So it'll be good. Really good.
Gary?
Yeah.
Let's give us your assessment on both.
Yeah, really good. You know, Meredith. I don't think he's listened much before, to be honest. But no, he listened to every instruction tonight, to be honest. And you know, he's a big puncher, but he just needs to take his time with it, box a little bit. And you know, as soon as he started hitting that guy tonight, he just went into a shell. So he didn't give him any target to land. And so, like I said to him, you know, I know he's gone into a shell, but resist the urge just to blast him on the gloves, because then you hurt your hands and you know you make stupid mistakes. So he kept to his boxing, and he picked some nice little right hooks around the side and the right hooks to the body as well. So I was pleased with him. And with RHYS, you know, look, he rushed it a little bit at times. You know, he's only showing 25-30% of what he can do at the moment. And if you know, when he fights the guys who are going to stand in front of him and try and beat him for skill, that's when you'll see the best. But this is the education, isn't it? This is, you know, I think we're not just booking agents with this thought going into RHYS's opponents. You know, it's not a case of right, he's going to box such and such who's lost 100 times. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. Every single fight, we're trying to get him someone different to combat that type of style. And I thought that guy tonight, you know, he's been a distance with a lot of people. There are people that stopped him, but they caught him. You know, RHYS wasn't able to land one big shot on him tonight. He did hurt him a few times in the 4th, and it looked like you know he was holding on. But a good 4 rounds and a good learning fight for RHYS.
So what's it coming down all the way to your call? Is it the case where you basically don't want to kind of blast them out within the 1st round because you're coming all this way?
Well, because we've travelled. Yeah. No, I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah. If 2 boys won in the 1st round, you know, I wouldn't really complain.
I suppose the point I'm trying to make is it because they're still kind of learning that you want to get the rounds in and what?
Yeah, a bit of both really. You know, I mean, I was as a fighter, I was a puncher myself, so you couldn't really ask me to get the rounds in. I wanted to end the fight as quickly as possible. With these guys, I mean, if they get rounds in the bank, I say that's a great thing. If they get a stoppage, it's always a bonus, isn't it? The best thing is if they do, you know, if in a 4-rounder they have 4 good rounds, and then at the end of the 4th they stop them. That's even better. So they get a bit of both. But no, you know, if they get the rounds in, I think it's all experience. But if they stop it, then it's a bonus. So good learning fights for both tonight.
I suppose I've said to them, we were talking like kind of off camera about they're both such nice people, but when they get in the ring, it's like you know.
Oh, listen, they're lovely. They're lovely boys. They're the
well, RHYS was you know, giving you some stick off camera.
Yeah. But listen, that's all part of the job. You know, I'm one of the worst Mickey takers myself, but I can take it back. But that's not the case with most of the boys. So we always wind them up. But no, listen, they're both good kids, and when someone does well, you know, you want them, when they come on camera, you want them to be nice people as well instead of arrogant buggers, you know. So nice kids and good victories tonight.
Just finally, obviously you've got the MTK show in June. You've got a few of your boys on there. Do you want to just talk us through?
Got Jay Harris. He's fighting for the EBU, the only European title. So he's boxing for the EBU flyweight title. And then Alex Hughes on the undercard, Rhys Edwards, Meredith Thomas, Jacob Lovell, and I think there's one other Rhys in there. Is there someone else?
Jacob, Meredith, me,
Alex.
Jay and Alex, yeah.
Yeah, five. So a busy night again.
Busy night for you again.
Busy night again, yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. But travelling, I don't mind because I'm used to it. So when I was pro myself, I trained in Liverpool and Manchester. So travelling doesn't come into it. You know, it's better than waiting around for fights in Wales, and they only fight 2 or 3 times a year. You know, it's, I prefer to travel and make sure that they're active. So and Rhys is probably one of the most active fighters in the country. November the 30th, December the 15th, and then 3 fights then this year.
I think we've only missed one of your fights, so hopefully we're going to see. We're going to come up to the
but again, you see with his opponents. I mean, sometimes he looks really steady, and then sometimes he looks like he rushes it a little bit. Like he rushed it a little bit tonight because he wanted to get the guy out of there. But that's just the experience, isn't it? And when he can learn to just not rush himself and look like he's got time on. How can I put it? What's the way I explain it, Rhys? I want him to look like you've got all the time in the world, you know, and he does look like that most of the time. But when he's rushing, you still look good. Because you still look good, but you know, I wanted you to be just a little bit more patient and not rush things, and maybe you might have found a shot to stop him tonight. But as I say, it's all experience. A baby, he's only 19 and he's already had 5 fights, so excellent.
Have you spoke to Mo about like ideally what you want for the rest of the year for Rhys and Meredith?
Yeah, we're just going to keep him taking over. You know, maybe a couple of 6s and then drop back down to 4s. And 19. I wouldn't say he's a mature 19 either. I think he's a young 19. So I don't mean that in any way derogatory. You know, I just don't think he's like a 19 and he needs to fill out and grow a little bit. So just keep him going and keep feeding him. People say bums, but I just want to keep feeding him different types of opponents just to get him used to all the styles. Maybe next time southpaw.
I always remember Peter Fury saying about Huey, that the guys he gets, you know, for a reason. You know, you've got the durable guys, southpaws, you know, someone that comes at you inside.
Of course, listen, you know, the old matchmakers, they used to have a reason for matching these guys with certain people. Nowadays, you just got booking agents. Oh, is he available? Oh, what's his record? Has he won 5, lost 100? Great. If someone come to me and says he's won 5, lost 100, I'd say no, don't want that. You know, I mean, the guy from Meredith tonight, 127, lost 86. But for Meredith, we wanted someone who was he carries a bit of power in that right hand. He's got a couple of wins over people who are unbeaten. So I wanted Meredith to stay concentrated for the four rounds. And that's what he did, you know. And I know the guy's hard, even though he's lost 86 times, he's not really been stopped a lot. But just because someone's got a crap record, I'm not just going to say yes because they got it doesn't work like that. I want them to be a certain type of style. Yeah, that's what we're going to continue to do with Rhys, and then by the time he's 20, then we'll think about things and see at what rate we want to step him up.
Just going back to Alex, we're going to see him kind of like expedited a little bit because he had that time out. Is he going to?
Yeah. You know, obviously, you know, I think he's chomping at the bit. But listen, he's still only had 4 rounds in about 2.5 years, and you know, the last guy was absolutely pathetic. One of those Nicaraguans. See, they're either very negative or they just don't want to fight. And there was no end of problems when he got into the country. He came in like 13 stone 1, and Alex had weighed in sort of like 11-10. So that was the day before, obviously. So Alex basically put the weight on, refueled, and then the guy had put weight on. It was a nightmare. It was still a half a stone discrepancy, but you know. And then the guy touched him in the body. It was a good shot, the first one, and dropped him. And then when he got up, I think Alex touched him in the belly again, and he just took a dive. And you know, what good is that for us? You know, we've been training 10 weeks for that fight. So you know, it needs to be thought about who he goes in with next. But we want a test. So I think it's an 8 round on the MTK bill. So we want someone who's going to come and have a little scrap and show a little bit, you know, give Alex a bit of a go. So he has to work a little bit harder than what he's been working. You can put him in with anybody, he's a talented guy. So, you know, you put him in with these guys who are just looking to get out of there, looking to play it safe, they're going to go over. But we need someone who's going to give him a little bit of a test and ask him a few questions.
Do you think there'll be some kind of title by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, definitely, yeah. By the end of the year.